Hey everyone, this is kateschwanke and I have a Q&A for you guys today. A couple of weeks ago I asked on my Facebook page for everyone to give me questions that they'd like answered, whether it's personal or about Jujubee or whatever. So I have compiled a list here of all the questions that I'm going to answer. I think I have about 18 to 20, something like that. I didn't really count. But I have a bunch of questions here, starting with personal questions, and then we're going to move into Jujubee questions. So my very first question is, where did you grow up and what were some of your favorite things pre-Jujubee? So I grew up in Southern California in a place called Mission Viejo. I grew up right next to the ocean and I loved going to the beach, and I loved it there. It was really, really nice, and I actually lived there for 16 years before we moved up to Lancaster, California, which is like total opposite. It's desert, and then after that I got married and we moved to New York. So that's pretty much it for that. My favorite things pre-Jujubee, I love Lucky brand bags and I used to collect them. I love the quality of their leather. It's awesome. And I actually used to also collect boots. Leather boots. They had to be leather. I would not wear fake leather. I just didn't like it. But I loved Born. I don't know if you guys know that brand, Born boots, but they're amazing, and I still have like at least 5 pairs in my closet, but I think I'm gonna have to trade them out for a bigger size since I had my kids. My feet grew. So it's really sad because I really, really like them. So anyways, moving on to the next question. What did you do before you had kids, and did you have a job outside of the home? So before I had kids, I had a job where I worked retail. I actually worked at Justice, which used to be called Limited 2. So I worked there at the mall up here where I am now, actually, and I worked there while my husband was deployed, and when he got home from deployment, we decided we were going to try and start a family. So I didn't need to have a job. It was just something to keep me busy while he was gone. So I stayed home for 2 years before we actually got pregnant with my first son. We had trouble with getting pregnant with him. I even had to go on some fertility drugs and things like that, but thank God. 2 months after I was done with the fertility drugs and everything was going back to normal, we got pregnant with him naturally. So I was really excited about that. But yeah, before, no, I didn't really have a job because I didn't really need to. We've been very, very blessed where we didn't have to have a second income, and it's been that way since we got married pretty much. So it's a very big blessing. I'm very happy. Question number 3, what's your cleaning, organizing routine at home? That's the first question. I don't have one. I have 2 small boys. My husband is gone about 90% of the time with his job. He's an Army helicopter pilot. Pretty much I wake up with the kids and we just kind of go from there. I don't really even organize much. I don't have much time to clean. I'm doing my channel and just trying to take care of the kids. So I don't really have one. I pretty much just pick up things as I go along. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry I can't be more help. The second question was, how do the children's rooms look and how do you store all of the toys? And I actually have a video for that for you guys. So this is our boys' playroom. It's fairly organized right now. It gets to be quite a mess during the day. So over here we have a little bookcase that's filled with toys and a couple baskets. The baskets hold just some random toys that we don't really have a particular place for. And then we have just bigger toys kind of laid out on this Pottery Barn Kids rug. This is actually our coffee table. We didn't have room for it in our living room, but this has actually been the best play table ever. It's got baskets and it's got a drawer. It's got baskets underneath that I was able to fit under there. So it's just awesome for storage and toys and things. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I have. I don't really think there's anything in this drawer. Nope, nothing actually. In here, I just have some of the baby's toys that are electronic. So he can get into that whenever he wants. In here we normally keep puzzles and things, and just some random toys that my son threw in there. We have a trampoline over here with some Star Wars type of swords that can join together. They're pretty cool. And my son's guitar, his vacuum. Both of them play with that actually. We have this big car racing toy over here. We have his little train table. Both of the boys play with this too. It doesn't normally stay looking like this. It gets kind of all torn apart, especially with my 1-year-old. Under there we have a little drawer, and that holds some blocks, and on the other side it holds train tracks and trains. We have a couple of riding toys. The dinosaur is for my 4-year-old to roll around on, and the plane is for my 1-year-old, but they both ride on both of them all the time. They're always switching it up. So that's pretty much how I have it set up in here on this side. There's also a wall over here. And over here I have a basketball hoop, which is adjustable. Right now it's at a height where both of them can play with it. We have a little play table over here with a lot of music and fun stuff. And then there's the little pushy toy that my 1-year-old plays with. This toy, this big chest actually got before I even got married. It had like blankets and just hope chest stuff, but now I use it for the boys. And in here we just have a bunch of toys. We have the bigger ones in here, just stuff that won't fit on the shelf over there. So I have a big jet. There's another jet underneath that. I just kind of have it separated. I have this box, but I decided to kind of just keep it separated. So I have this box full of smaller toys, and then on this side is the larger toys. So that's all I have in here. That's pretty much how I have it set up. So yeah, that's our playroom. So this is my son Caleb's room. We have his room decorated up in vintage baseball. So I have a baseball mirror over there. Hope my lighting's not getting bad on me. Got his name on the wall up there. A baseball lampshade, his whole bed. This is a Pottery Barn bedspread with pillows and sheets and all that. And then he's got his bear and his Pottery Barn car and some pictures on the walls. He has his own TV in here. Sometimes in the mornings I will put on a show if he wakes up too early. And then we have his little drawing table over here. And he has some more decor. He has a baseball clock, his dresser, and his change of clothes for today for school. Over here, I have this kind of in a weird place on this wall, but it's a vintage baseball bat and a vintage baseball glove and the ball, and then the little glove holder thingy. But I just have it on this part of the wall so that I can open the door all the way. Then we have his closet and his big measuring stick on this wall over here. That's pretty much all there is to his room. I try to keep it as clean as possible. So that's what it looks like today. So we're in Jensen's room now, and he is my 1.5-year-old. So there's his crib. He's still in there. He hasn't even tried to climb out yet, thank God. Here's a little shelf that I made, and I put a bunch of different things up there. And I haven't taken them down. It's been like that since he was born. So there's his name, which I actually made these myself, and I'm pretty proud of them. They're so cool looking. Then we have his curtains up here, which my mom actually made out of Pottery Barn fabric. And then we have his rocking chair, which we do sit in sometimes to read stories. There's his dresser over there. It's actually an antique cabinet that I refinished myself. And his changing table and some helicopter pictures on the wall. So that's pretty much his room. There's not much to it. It's not very big. These are his sheets. They're really cute. Got helicopters. Those are his toys that he sleeps with every night. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of your questions. Question number 4 is, what inspired you into doing reviews and videos, and what drew you into that? Actually, 2 people asked me that question. The whole reason that I'm doing what I'm doing now is because I have a wonderful friend named Jen that I met on Facebook, and she's actually a pink lady too. She was my very first Jujubee obsessed friend. And she just kind of, pushed me into making a packing video for my very first bag that I really packed, which was my hospital bag. So I still have that video up, and as you can see, if you look back at it, that was my very first attempt at doing a video. I was extremely nervous. I didn't really know what I was doing. But since then, I feel like I've really grown on my channel, and I just feel like everything's just getting better as I go. So, but yeah, that was my very first time, and that was the very first stepping stone to where I'm at now. So The next question is, what is the hardest part about being a military wife? And well, there are a lot of hard parts, but the hardest one for me is the separation. Right now, like I said, my husband's gone about 90% of the time, leaving me and the kids here. We only really see him on Saturdays. But besides that, there's also deployments. We've gone about 36 months of just deployments, so 3 years separation in that way. And then on top of that, over a year's worth, probably a year and a half worth of training that he's been gone for, because the Army takes him for a month or two at a time sometimes during the year, even when they're not deployed. And yeah, so he's gone during that time too, and so it gets difficult, but I'm hanging in there. And like right now, my husband is gone for a month of training, and I'm here with just the boys again, and my family is all on the West Coast in California, so I have to do it alone. But I do have a wonderful church family out here, and I'm just, I'm doing good. So the next thing is, where do you see yourself in 5 years, career and vlog-wise? And this is a tough question. I'd really like to see my channel grow, and maybe I would like to start doing a few different things. I'm not really at that point yet because I don't have enough time to myself during the days. I really only have time to do what I'm doing now. So I don't know. It's really hard to say. Plus, like I said, we're military, and I've moved 10 times within 9 years of being a military wife. And I don't know where the Army's going to take us next or what God's plans are for us. So I kind of just go with the flow. So I don't really have an answer for that, but I did want to address it. Do you have to pay for the products that you review? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If a company wants me to review something, they will send it to me for free, and I will not review it if I don't like it, because I want you guys to know exactly what you're getting and that I actually do like a product. So I will only review something if I really love it, and thank God, everything that I've received so far I have loved. So it's not too hard to review something that you love. But like I was saying, I do buy my own stuff too. I actually have something planned coming up soon that I've been using for just about a year, and I really, really like it. And I bought that myself. And I really I want to show you guys just things that I like too that I've purchased on my own, which I have done a lot of that. So yeah. The next question is, what program do you use to edit your videos? I use iMovie on my iMac. I have I think it's it's like 20-inch iMac, and I've been using iMovie on there. And before I discovered that and how to use it, which that was a self-learning process, I didn't know what I was doing. I watched YouTube videos to figure out how I was supposed to do this all. But before that, I wasn't editing at all. I didn't even know there was a way to do that on my computer. So my older videos, you will be able to tell it's all just very candid, and now I'm able to edit out very awkward moments, and like if I have to go get the kids real quick, or if I suddenly have to sneeze or something, you guys don't have to see that. Are you still singing? Yes, I sing every day. But I am planning to do more singing on my channel. My dad was supposed to come out this month while my husband was gone, and he was going to do a couple songs with me, but things changed. Hopefully he'll be here within another couple months, and I can do some more videos like that. I actually had 2 really great songs planned. If you guys have any ideas of songs you'd like me to do, I really, really like to do acoustic type of songs, and really just gentle songs, you know, things that will maybe put a kid to sleep. So I like that kind of stuff. The last question, that is a personal question, is, do you think one day you might become a daily vlogger family? And no, I don't, because like I said, my husband is gone 90% of the time. I wish we could. He has a full-time job plus some, because he's, like I said, gone so much. So no, that's not going to work out for us. Just doesn't work with our schedules. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the Jujubee questions now. So the first one is, if you could do a recolor of any Jujubee print, past or present, what would it be, and how would it vary from the original? So A lot of you guys know I absolutely love Lush Paisley. I think that is a gorgeous print, and I'm not even super into green, but I really love it because there's mint and there's navy, and those are two of my two favorite colors. I have a lot of favorite colors, but I really love pastels. So if I was to recolor, it would be like Lush Paisley, but it would be, oh, like I said, I like pastels. So there would be like baby pink, there'd be some mint, there'd be baby blues. It would probably look like an Easter egg by the time I was done with it. But that's why Toki Perky is like the perfect print for me, because it's all pastels and I love that. When did you become a content creator for Jujubee, and what made you decide to be a content creator? So I actually was the very first content creator for Jujubee. They reached out to me in June of this year, and they asked me if I'd like to be part of this program, and of course I said yes. This is my favorite company like ever. So that's pretty much why I decided to do it. And I just love this company so much. There's what's not to love. They're amazing. They have great products. They're very sweet. They know what they're doing too. They're very business-minded people, and I love that. So that's pretty much why I decided to be one. How many Jujubee do you own, or do you de-stash after your videos? So I actually had to write them down because I have so many I had to write them down. And to address the second question, yes, sometimes I do de-stash after videos. Most of the time I hang on to my stuff. I'm a little bit of a hoarder, as you will see in a video that I will be posting in a little bit on this actual video. I normally hang on to my bags for a few months before I decide to possibly de-stash, just because sometimes my closet just can't hold all of what I have. Sometimes a print just isn't as amazing as I thought it once was. You know, you go through these phases as a pink lady. You actually didn't like something at first, then you receive it and you're like, wow, this is an amazing print in real life, and you fall in love with it, and then prints that you thought you loved for so long end up not being as great as you thought they once were, and you liked something better. So that's pretty much the only reason why I de-stash. So on to what I actually have. I have 2 Be Prepareds, I have 2 Be Right Backs, 2 BFFs, 1 Better Bee, 1 Hobo Bee, 3 Super Bees, 1 Superstar, 2 Starlets, 4 Mini Bees, 3 Bee Lights, 1 Mini Bee Light, and 1 Mini Super Bee. And I love all of them. I'm planning on hanging on to those for a while. So the next question is, how do you organize your Jujubee bags at home, and where do you put them? So that's the video I'm going to show next. So I currently keep all of my Jujubee stored in our front closet here. This is our front door, and this is our front closet. So I have everything in here currently. Got stuff hanging. I'm actually in the process of making this actually organized. So right now I have like blankets and pillows and things up there. Then I have some bags that I haven't even opened yet. Stuff that I'm just not really sure if I want to open yet. And then I have all of my bags pretty much. I mean, I have bags in the car too, but a lot of my bags are hung up here. I like to organize my Be Quicks like this, but I have a plan. Right now it's so messy in here. I have stuff that I don't even, I'm gonna put this mirror on a wall. But it's pretty crazy in here right now. So I have like these sets and things are stored in this thing right now. They're just kind of all mixed in, but I am planning to get them organized nicer. Like I'm going to actually be doing a video soon. This is just my odds and ends drawer. I have straps, I have customs, Fobs by Andrea, just puddle rocket or sippy rocket there. Down here is where I keep all of my change pads. And like I said, this whole thing is like moving because it is so full. These change pads do take up a lot of space. So I'm going to be putting those into a nicer organization system. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a video on that later. There's my Better Bee. My box for my Dyson Vacuum, which is actually amazing. I'm going to go over that real quick. This Dyson V6 Absolute is like the best vacuum of all time. The only downfall of the entire vacuum is that the battery dies after like 15 minutes and you have to charge it up again. But it's amazing. I get most of my house done with it. There's my, be right back there, so pretty. So yeah, I have my fuel cells hung up here too. Those are only 2 of them. The rest I have hanging over here. This will look much better when I do my next video on the organization of it, but right now it's pretty chaotic. So yep, that's pretty much how I have my Jujubee organized right now. Ooh, I like this next one because this is something I would really, really love, but I doubt it will ever happen. So, okay, if Jujubee could make you a personalized print of anything you would like, what would it be and which bag? So, if Jujubee could make me any print, I would love a Sailor Moon print, like with little chibi guys, like the small ones. That would be so cute. Like, you know the Tsum Tsum characters? I don't even know if you know what I mean. But if they were like Sailor Moons, Tsum Tsums, that'd be so cute. Oh, but it'll never happen. Well, I hope it will. But well, no, well, you never know. It could happen. Okay, so the next one is, how did you first discover Jujubee? And I actually, so weird, the way I discovered Jujubee was I was just looking for a pacifier holder for I had a Lucky brand diaper bag, which was actually really pretty and very cool. They don't make them anymore, but that's the bag that I had for my first son, and they didn't have any accessories or anything like that for that bag. And so I looked on Amazon looking for a passy pod to match, and I came across Jujubee passy pods, and I thought, wow, $10 is a lot, because I was really cheap back then. But I loved it when I got it. I actually ordered 2. I got a black and silver one, which I still have, and I had a black and red one, which somehow got chewed up by a mouse at some point, and I had to throw it out. But I loved both of them. I ended up using the black and red one on my bag. And I thought, you know, this quality is really great. And I looked back then when they had their prints, I think they had like onyx blossoms and things like that. And I just didn't see anything that I was super crazy about back then. So I didn't decide to get a diaper bag because I already had the Lucky brand one. But yeah, that was my first attempt at Jujubee. And that was a good 3 years before I actually bought my first Jujubee bag. So, it was all downhill from there. When can you do a stash video? That is actually on my list, and it's been on my list for a long time, but it just keeps getting pushed back. So, maybe next month or the month after that I might be able to do one. Like I said, I'm all by myself this entire month with my kids, so I'm trying to make time to get things recorded, but we'll see. I definitely want to do one though. Has there ever been a Jujubee bag or print that you didn't like? Sure, there's a whole bunch that I've not liked, but I just don't buy them, you know? I only pick out prints that I like for myself. Let's see, which ones have I not been a fan of? Onyx Blossoms. I've never really been a super big fan of that one. What else? At first I didn't really like Toki prints at all. Now I do a lot. I do not really like Uni. I'm sure there's more. I just can't think of them right now. There are so many prints that I do love that it far outweighs the ones that I don't really like. What is your all-time favorite Jujubee print, favorite bag you've owned, and favorite bag style? I know those are 3 questions, but I kind of wanted, they were all one question when the lady wrote it out, so I'm going to address it as one question. My all-time favorite Jujubee print would be Perky Toki. I used to love Toki Perky more, but like I said, I'm really into pastel colors, and I love the soft, subdued colors that are in Perky Toki. It's just perfect. I love it, especially if you have Donatella print placement. It's perfect. My favorite bag that I've owned, there's so many that I love, but I think the BFF is my all-time favorite, just because you can wear it, you know, so many different ways. I love that you can do that. Sometimes I wear it crossbody, and if I feel like I need my arms free to, you know, go up and down the stairs on a boat or wherever I am, I can just put backpack straps on and I'll be fine. So that's why I love that bag. Favorite bag style. Oh, Well, that was my favorite style. So then my favorite bag that I've owned, I think, well, currently I really, really love my Empress BFF. It's gorgeous. Like, I don't know, when I first saw it, I wasn't too into it, but when you see it in person, it's like, it's amazing, especially when you put it on and you see it from a distance. It's like, whoa, what is that? I love it. So anyways, those are my questions. I hope I did a good job of answering them for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the videos I included. And so yeah, and I hope to do this again soon. This was fun. Thanks for watching.